Hey, so today is Monday, Martin Luther King's Day, so we don't have class because of that. Some things that he did in the past that were really cool, and in honor of him, he was just like, they're just like, let's just not give those guys school. Like, he did a lot, let them rest now. So I got the chance to spend extra time with God, be refreshed, be touched by His presence. I'm touched by His presence by looking to Him. I don't know how else to say it. My focus is in Him and I'm constantly bringing it back to Him. You start hearing Him. You start becoming one with you because you're allowing Him. You enter into His reality. Every time you hear and you accept His invitation, every time He says, hey, look back to me. Hey, don't go in your mind looking to your desires. Stop following what your natural mind is telling you. And because sometimes we just get distracted. But when we are like, okay, Lord, I'm listening to your voice. You are speaking, I'm in your presence, we're interacting. And then His presence started becoming stronger and stronger. That's why hunger for God is so important, because He will never let a hungry person go away not satisfied with Him, because a hungry person cannot think about any other thing than the food. So in the same way, a person that is hungry for God cannot think about any other thing than Him. So every thought turns back to Him. Lord, I need your presence. I need your touch. I need your nearness. I need your embrace. I need to see right now. I need to see you for who you are. Those moments, we are in a deeper realm with God, and there's no, we enter into a room with Him where the distractions stay outside the door. In the presence of the Lord, fear will bow. In the presence of the Lord, anxiety will go away. In the presence of the Lord, depression will stay outside the door. In the presence of the Lord, there's clarity. In the presence of the Lord, there's fullness of joy. In the presence of the Lord, there's freedom. We experience peace and freedom in the presence of the Lord. And His doors are always open. The veil was torn. We have direct access to the Holy of Holies. The presence of the Lord is right there for whoever desires, whoever wishes to come and drink from the fountain of living water. You know, these are unusual times we're living in. I truly believe that. I heard a guy from Boulevard Church of Christ. I was listening to sermons and he said, many people think that this is a terrible time for people to come to Christ, for the gospel to be spread. But he said, but we're seeing the opposite. There are many places around the world where we have missions, and we have never seen that many people coming to Christ. I've never seen people that are so hungry for God. We are seeing the move of God. We are seeing lives and people being transformed. So what's happening is not that Christianity is going down. What's happening is that the lifeless church, the ones that live by religion and rules and regulations, people that have a form of godliness but deny the power of God, and people that know the right answer but they don't know how to connect with their Creator, these people are losing power. God is taking the power that was entrusted to some people that were established, taking it away and putting in brand new hands. Hands of people that have already been anointed, like David's. People that had already been anointed by God as king, but they were not in the position of a king yet. They needed to be refined. They needed to go through a wilderness period. There was a lot of trials that came against David. David was chased by Saul. Saul tried to kill David. David, though he was anointed as king, though he had the mind of a king, all the wisdom necessary, still he was immature. Still he needed to be refined. Still the Lord needed to work in his character in order to entrust him greater things. So for many people in the body of Christ, I believe that they were given that time. They went through the wilderness. They went through the difficulty where they had no other choice but to trust God. And they learned in trusting the Lord. They were refined through all the trials. And now the Lord is about to vindicate and reward some people for the glory of his name, for the advancement of his kingdom. Because these people that now are about to receive power, they have heart that is always presented before the Lord, a heart that is checked, a heart that desires what the Lord desires. They grew into that. That's what I believe. There's a shift in the structure of the church, where some people that have stayed in the back, he's taking them and placing them on the front. What a time to present ourselves before the Lord. What a time for vindication from the Lord. A time of harvest is a time of picking up the fruits that we've sown, and there's a lot of them, and they're coming all at the same time, and it's like, whoa, and the earth is being hit by the glory of God, and people are getting to know God in awesome, in great ways. I'm so excited for everything that is happening. All glory and all praise be to God.